AskReddit by Parkerisa. What are some things the USA does right? The National Weather Service. That's where all the rest of the USA weather channels get their information. https://www.weather.gov/ Enjoy all of the weather forecasts you could ever want without the constant ads and sensationalized media. Plus hourly charts that forecast temperature, humidity, wind speed and direction, and precipitation sorted by type for the next 2 days. Down to the resolution of your zip code and or nearest airport. The public libraries. They are amazing. I always say that if libraries didn't exist and someone came up with the idea today, that person would have been laughed out of town. Libraries are a throwback to an era of community that no longer exists. National parks. Came here to say this. Us national parks are gorgeous. I would love to live there just so that I can enjoy them more. Edit. I mean living in USA, not the actual NPs. I'm from Spain, so the only times I get to visit is when I travel to the country. Long hiking trails and wilderness areas. Pretty proud of this one. NASA. That moon landing thing was okay, I guess. North American conservation model is wildly successful. Preservation of large areas of wilderness while still making it very accessible for almost anyone to use and enjoy. USAF operates their survival school out of Conexu National Forest in upstate Washington, and they're very strict about how we dispose of our MRE trash. On the last night we were there, the flight chief said if anyone threw MRE trash in the crapper, basically just a hole they dug and put some brush around to give privacy, they'd randomly pick someone and have them pick all the pieces of trash out of the hole. When we had fires at night, the instructors made sure to follow all the USFS regulations on having to dig up the ground to prevent embers from burning into the roots and spreading to surrounding trees. As a nature guy and a former firefighter, it was awesome to see all the instructors take such pride in preserving the land they are using. The Americans with Disabilities Act. We don't have perfect inclusion of disabled people, but we're a lot better at it than lots of places. As a plaintiff-side ADA attorney, the ADA is not only impressive for the subjects it specifically tackles, but for how broadly it protects disabled individuals. I might be biased, but there does not exist a stronger piece of legislation protecting rights. Free public toilets. I never knew pay toilets existed until I left the US. Don't forget it, an activist group fought hard for this. It'll go away if it's not protected. https://em.wikipedia.org/wiki/committee_to_pay_toilets_I_America. Public domain and the concept of fair use of intellectual property. A lot of countries don't recognize fair use, like Japan. It's part of why Nintendo is so litigious. Fuck Disney, though. Free water at restaurants. Free most places so long as you ask for tap water. No smoking in most buildings. Smoking as a whole, the US anti-smoking movement is a fairly big success story. Barbecue. Especially the guy in front of his house with a plastic folding table full of stuff covered in foil, and a handwritten sign. Do not pass that guy up. Yet to make it over, but from an outsider looking in, your national parks look awesome and well cared for. Also seems like you guys have a lot of outdoor space to use. Explore camp, in which we just don't have much of at all in the UK. Disability access. The ADA quietly makes millions of American lives better every day, with very little fanfare. It is something every American should be damn proud of, yet few realize the extent of its power and influence. Entertainment. Brisket. Postal Service. This. And X200B. Knock them all you want, but the US Postal Service is simply amazing for what they do. Unfortunately, it's become politicized, and the current Postmaster General is hell-bent on destroying a century-plus-year-old institution, but it's still going strong. Diner food. Especially breakfast. It's unique in its simplicity, ubiquity, mostly good quality, and the comprehensive range of items. You can walk into a diner in any town in America, any time of the day or night, and get presented with the same 5-10 pages of menu options you'd see anywhere else. No matter what you were hankering for, it's on the menu and you'll be eating within 10 minutes of ordering. It's a good quality, predictable, satisfying and cheap meal you can find anywhere. The epitome of comfort food. The romanticism in this diner culture description is perfection. Legit made me smile. We have many public libraries. I'm surprised no one has mentioned scientific research yet. USA as a country is miles ahead of any other. Sure, you have one-off universities who do good research outside of the US, but the sheer volume here is amazing. Look at the list of Nobel Prize winners by country. Silicon Valley for tech, Boston region for medicine. It's mind-blowing how the US research infrastructure attracts and retains talent. Edit. I noticed that people were talking about the per capita number of Nobel Prizes. I think a better way of judging would be to compare the number of Nobel Prize winners per number of people involved in academia in the US, and not just per capita. I don't know what the answer is, it's just a thought. The United States has nearly as many Nobel Prizes as the rest of the world combined. Clam chowder. It's pronounced chowder. Air conditioning. There was a Top Gear with Clarkson, Hammond, and May where they all drove 80s cars and only one of their cars had working AC, a Cadillac, and one of them joked Americans take an air conditioning unit and build a car around it. Roller coasters. We have the tallest one and most of the top 10 fastest ones. Screw you UAE for taking our speed record by 21 miles per hour. We'll get it back from UAE. I have confidence. Cedar Fair, the company that owns Cedar Point, Kings Island and many other amusement parks, will pull it off. It's in their DNA and a badge of honor for them. Do Philly cheesesteaks count? Title IX. It's why American women excel in world sports competitions. Also why so many women athletes from other countries go to university in the US. Freedom of Information Act. A clear way you can ask the government for information and records. When they don't pretend those records don't exist anyway. FOIA needs some teeth and a lot less wiggle room, but I guess a flawed system is better than not having one at all. Space program. ADA. I've met a guy from USA once and he cooked me some sausages. They were so ducking amazing I almost passed out. 10/10 would recommend eating his sausage. Americans' meat are the best. I second that man's sausage.